Hey guys, Butler Bulldog Bill here. It is Friday, March 23rd, 2012. And if you live in the state of Indiana like I do, or if you live in Kentucky, I'm sure you're all talking about the big game tonight. It's the Indiana Hoosiers against the Kentucky Wildcats, Part 2. This game will be taking place in Atlanta, Georgia. It's a Sweet 16 game here for the NCAA Tournament. A lot of people have been, well, two people in particular have made prediction videos on who's going to win this game. Everybody knows Casual Gamer Reed, YouTube's #1 Kentucky fan, and he obviously picked Kentucky to win the game. Then you've got Hoosier Liss, YouTube's #1 Indiana Hoosiers fan, and she obviously picked the Indiana Hoosiers to win. And she went through the IU campus and was asking them who they thought would win the game, and of course they all said IU. Crimson Kyle, her co-host, chose IU. But then, you know, you got all these predictions, but they're all fans of the teams that they predicted to win. Now I'm here because I feel like I need to have a say in the matter. I'm a Butler fan, and I feel like I need to settle the score. Who's going to win the game? Casual Gamer Reed hit on some good notes for once. He said that Kentucky is going to come with revenge on their minds, that there's going to be a lot of motivation to win this game because all season all their players have been thinking about was the shot, the team that they could not beat, you know. ESPN, like he said, has been showing that clip over and over and over and over and over and over and over of Christian Watford nailing that three. You know, they were showing all the different types of technology that you can watch the big games on, you know, and to advertise for that, they used the Indiana-Kentucky game, the ending, the last second shot that Christian Watford nails, the three-pointer to win the game for IU. They showed so much, and everybody watches ESPN. If you're a sports fan, you watch ESPN, so you know the Kentucky players watch ESPN, and like Casual Gamer Reed said, they see it. They play that. They really do play that clip a lot. And you know Kentucky's seen that at least a half dozen times within the last week or two. So, you know, that shot it won't escape them. It's haunting them like a bad nightmare that continues every night. They've got revenge on their minds. Kentucky has defeated every team they have played this year, except for Indiana. They did lose to Vanderbilt, but they already beat Vanderbilt twice during the season. Indiana, they played once, and they lost to them. Now, Crimson Kyle was right in that Indiana, if they're going to win this game, they need to basically do what they did last time. They're going to have to shoot the ball really well. They busted a lot of threes on Kentucky last time. They're just going to have to come out like a ball of fire and just nail a bunch of shots. Now, this NCAA tournament has proved time and time again that you can come out on fire, but you start going through a cold spell. Indiana had a cold spell or two during their game against Kentucky, back in December. The problem is they're not going to be able to do that this time because, number one, you're not at home. IU was basically unbeatable at Assembly Hall this year, alone for one, setback against Minnesota. But this is a neutral court game. Kentucky fans travel very, very well. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Kentucky fans actually outnumber the Indiana fans. But there's also the possibility that because Baylor and Xavier are playing the game before Indiana-Kentucky, that the fans from those games will stay and they'll actually root for Indiana just to see Kentucky get upset again. So while there may be more people cheering for Indiana, there will actually be more Kentucky fans than Indiana fans. At least that's how I feel. It's a further away for Indiana fans to travel anyway. Atlanta, Georgia is SEC country, and so closer for fans in Kentucky to go to that game. But like I said, Indiana can't have one or two shooting spells like they did back in December because of the fact it's not at home. Indiana's, like Crimson Kyle said, is going to have to rebound the ball very well. Anthony Davis means so much to Kentucky down low. As ugly as that guy is, he's a great player, and they're going to have to box him out hard. They're going to have to make sure that he doesn't go over the top, because it seems like anymore referees don't call over the back fouls. So not only that, on the defensive end, they've got to be on Anthony Davis. I don't think Cody Zeller is going to be able to handle him on his own. So there's going to need to be a help defender to come over the top and get him to pass the ball out. Now, the three-point shooting for Kentucky is pretty good, so the perimeter defense is going to have to be just as effective as the post defense on Anthony Davis. One of the things that was so effective in Indiana's defeat of Kentucky the last time around was the fact that they got Anthony Davis into foul trouble. He spent a lot of time on the bench, and with him out of the game, Kentucky is very vulnerable. So what Indiana's going to have to do is they're going to have to drive right at Anthony Davis. It would probably be best if it's somebody like Cody Zeller or Christian Watford, somebody who's very near Anthony Davis's height. If you're smaller than Anthony Davis, this guy will block the crap out of you. He swats so many shots a game, it's ridiculous. So it's going to be helpful if somebody the same size as Anthony Davis is the one driving the ball. They're going to have to get the ball down to the post, let Cody Zeller try to post him up and put up a shot. That's what got Anthony Davis into foul trouble last time. Anthony Davis seems to have trouble guarding defenders about the same size as him. But that's what Zeller's going to have to do. He's going to have to beat him on the dribble. He's going to have to get by him. And even if he does get by him, he's going to have to go quick, because Anthony Davis can recover very quickly and he can block that shot like none other. But I think those are the keys to the win. There's a lot of IU's going to have to do to win this game. Kentucky has got so much talent. They've got all these guys that are going to jump to the NBA after this year. And Kentucky doesn't have to play as hard for a win as Indiana is going to have to. Some people may say that my opinion is going to be biased. I like Indiana. They're not my favorite team. I like them. I hate Kentucky. I hate Kentucky more than any other college basketball team. I would love nothing more than to see them lose tonight. But the thing is, if Indiana loses this game tonight, I feel like it nullifies the win over Kentucky back in December. It was a home win, and this game is a neutral court win, so we're really going to see who is the better team now. And I feel like if Indiana loses this game, then that win against Kentucky meant nothing earlier in the season. Indiana has to prove that they are back, and to prove they are back, they're going to have to beat a very, very good team with a very good program, very good history in the tournament. They're going to have to go by a team like that. But anyway, as far as my pick is concerned, my fiance got me this t-shirt because she's a huge IU fan, and I plan on actually wearing this shirt tonight, to help favor the Hoosiers. But my actual pick of this game, I hate to say it, I really do. I believe Kentucky is going to win this game. I feel like they're going to have revenge on their minds. That is going to motivate them for this game. I don't even think it's going to be close. I think they're going to come out on fire. Indiana's going to be trouble from the beginning. Turnovers are going to be their problem tonight. Jordan Hulls, I really hope he's able to, calm down. But I think there's a very good chance where he's going to be, making some dumb passes. I don't think the shots are going to fall for Indiana. The defensive intensity that Kentucky is going to bring is going to cause a lot of problems. I'm not so sure it's going to be a blowout, but I don't think it'll be a single-digit victory for Kentucky. I'm expecting double digits, maybe 10, 11, 12 points. Yeah, I hate to say it, but I really do think Kentucky is going to win this game. So, anyway, don't hate me for that, Indiana fans. It's just my opinion of what I've seen and the motivational factor and all that type of stuff. But go Hoosiers! I really hope you make this happen. I really do. It would be great. Be good for the state of Indiana. Yeah, please win. Anybody but Kentucky. But anyway, you guys have a great day. Enjoy the games tonight. Go Hoosiers!